I got a call from a friend who needs help with a running board problem on his Ford F-250. Now this is a typical problem on Ford pickup trucks and expeditions, and we're going to try to get it fixed. Let's do it, and I'll go ahead and operate the door and show you what's going on. Open the door, it opened all the way. Close the door, it only closed halfway. I can't even help it push close. And what happens is, these pivot points on the hinges here, there's 4 of them. They get gummed up. You can see this is a gravel driveway here, and this guy hauls a lot of equipment. He's in dust and dirt a lot, and these get gummed up in here. And when they get gummed up, that sensor thinks that somebody's got a foot in there or something, and it'll stop. So we're going to go ahead, clean these up, and see if we can get that fixed. Now you can see on these hinges, there's 4 pivot points. One here, and then there's 1, 2 up top. If you're in a salty area where they salt the roads in winter, or like this person lives out in the country, traveling on gravel roads and dirt roads a lot, it gets gummed up in here. All right, I want to explain real quick how this works, and it might help you understand how to keep it maintained and prevent this from happening. Now your door has an input sensor that sends a message to the motor gearbox assembly, which is right here on the front. This motor gearbox assembly is part of this front hinge, and there's a hinge in the back. And there's a drive shaft that goes in between the front and back hinge. The back hinge is just following what this gearbox and front hinge is doing. On each hinge, there's 4 pins. Those pins need to stay free, or the Smart Sense module that prevents people from getting injured when this is closed, if it picks up any resistance, it's going to come up and it's going to go back down, or it's going to come up and stop. So you can't have any resistance on these hinges that would keep this from closing. And you don't want resistance that would keep it from opening also. So I'm going to show you what I do to clean these up, to free them up, and to prevent it from happening. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do here, because those get gummed up in there, is I'm going to pressure wash those hinges, each joint, and get all the grit and grime and salt and whatever else is in there out. And there's the before, and there's the after. Now you don't have to pressure wash, but since I have it, it helps. Now let's go ahead and check it out, see if that made any difference. No. Now the next thing I'm going to do, just because I have it, is I'm going to take some compressed air and blow any water that's in there out. Now again, if you don't have a pressure washer, you don't have compressed air, don't worry about it. These are just extra steps because I'm extra thorough. But it's not necessary. All right, we're ready for the next step. And in this step, we're going to take some penetrating lubricant. You can use some general stuff or something like PB Blaster, or I like to make my own with automatic transmission fluid and acetone. Very inexpensive. But before you use that, make sure you shake it up good because they separate. So shake it and then use it. And we're going to do that to free up those sticky pins. So I'm just going to go ahead and lubricate each one of these. I'm going to do it on the outside of the pin and also in the joint of the pin right in here. And hit all 4 pins on the front and all 4 pins on the back. Soak it down good. Now the back's just along for the ride. All the work's done up front. And the shaft runs over to this and operates the back. But if this back's sticky, that sensor will pick that up and it'll hinder the operation of this. All right, let's go ahead and operate it a little bit, see what happens. And I'm going to give it a little help, see if I can get it to move further. We'll hit it with some PB Blaster now. And don't forget to hit that shaft that goes into the motor right here. And we'll operate it some more. And the straw helps a lot. I started up to give it a little more power. And it's all on the front. Back, I can push the back up, and I can tell it wants to go all the way up. That's nice. Those hinges are real free. It's just in the front where it's sticking. Now for 90% of you, doing this will take care of your problem. But this is a little more involved. The back hinge is free and the motor up front for some reason is sticking there. I'm gonna have to dig a little deeper. All right, I'm down here at the motor and everything's lubricated well and working well. Sometimes you'll get an intermittent connection in here, and the way to release this, take a little screwdriver, slide that in there, and that should release that connection. And I'm just going to pull it apart now. There we go. Now I've got it apart. And while I've got this open, I'm going to take some electronic cleaner and I'm going to spray out both those connections. Make sure that we got a good connection on that motor here. I'm going to hit the female end and the male end. Now let's plug that back in and see if that makes a difference. How about that? How about that? After 8 months, she's ready to go. Now there's one last thing that I want to show you about those hinges. If you used any water on these hinges like I did, or even the penetrating oil, you can take some WD-40. Now people think this is for lubrication, and WD-40 is not an oil-based lubricant. What this is good for is dispersing water, and it cleans. So we'll go ahead and take some WD-40, spray these. That'll pull the water out, any remaining water. And this is also WD-40. Because these little cans are so expensive, and I go through a fair amount of it, I made my own can. It's pressurized. All I do is unscrew this, I can fill that up, and I got WD-40. If you want to see how I made that, you can check the video in the top right corner. Now the last thing I want to show you, and this is the maintenance part of this, you can do this every 3 months, every 6 months, once a year, depending on your weather conditions. But I use white lithium grease or silicone to lubricate these. And the advantage of this white lithium grease and silicone is that it lubricates, but it's not oil-based, and it does not attract dirt like the other lubricants do. So you can just hit these. I'll use the white lithium grease. And we'll hit the front. And then you can take a rag and just wipe off the excess. And we're all set to go. And that's how easy it is to service and maintain running boards on a Ford vehicle. If this video was a help to you, give her a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. And I look forward to helping you with other projects online.